Hot showers in the morning are a luxury that's hard to give up, but I decided to test my willpower and step out of my comfort zone. For 7 days straight, I showered only in ice-cold water. No exceptions. I thought it would just be unpleasant, but I was wrong. This experiment completely changed the way my brain works. Here's what happened to me every day. Day 1. In the morning, I was feeling determined. I thought, come on, it's just water. I stepped into the stall and immediately cranked the cold water to the maximum. In that split second, my confidence vanished. A massive shock hit my body. My breath caught so hard I couldn't even inhale. My brain was screaming, turn it off, we are freezing. Time felt like it was standing still. I lasted exactly 45 seconds. I bolted out of that shower. I was shivering uncontrollably, trying to dry off with a towel, but then something strange happened. This incredible warmth spread through my body. I felt a massive rush of adrenaline. My sleepiness was gone. I felt as wired as if I'd just downed 3 shots of espresso. I liked the effect, but the thought of doing it again tomorrow was terrifying. I was pumped all day, but by evening, I started getting anxious about the next morning. Day 2. And that's when the real willpower issue started. It turns out the hardest part isn't the cold water itself. The hardest part is forcing yourself to step under the spray. I sat on the edge of the tub for 10 minutes. My brain started bargaining with me. The thought popped up, maybe we start with warm water today and then switch it over. But I remembered the rules. No warm water. I had to force myself. I closed my eyes, held my breath, and stepped into that icy hell. This time, the shock was a little less intense. I knew what to expect. I stood under the water for over a minute. Real progress. Stepping out of the shower, I caught that massive energy boost for the day again. I realized one important thing. The key is to just shut off your thoughts and take the step. If you don't give yourself time to think, it gets a lot easier. Day 3. The day I finally figured out how to actually shower. I decided to look up online how people even handle cold water. Turns out, I was making the classic rookie mistake. I was holding my breath. On the morning of day 3, I stepped into the shower with a new plan. As soon as the icy water hit my skin, I didn't tense up. I took a deep breath, and then a slow, calm exhale. And I just kept that cycle going. And it worked. The water didn't get warmer, but my body stopped panicking. I was able to actually wash myself without flinching at every drop. My time in the shower went up to 2 minutes. It was actually bearable. That day, I noticed my productivity shot way up. Morning brain fog was completely gone. My mind was crystal clear. It felt like I was starting to get into the groove of this weird experiment. Day 4. The halfway point. The first physical changes appeared. In the morning, I went to the bathroom as usual and looked in the mirror. I noticed my face wasn't dry or flaky anymore. Usually, hot water strips away the skin's protective oils, but now that problem was gone. And my hair. It started looking smoother, like I'd used conditioner. The shower itself felt routine. I just got in, breathed, and washed up. But the biggest change was psychological. I started feeling proud of myself. When you do something that difficult first thing in the morning, the rest of the day feels like a breeze. Little problems at work stopped annoying me. I was as calm as a monk. Cold water became my ultimate stress tolerance training. That evening, I fell asleep instantly, feeling a nice, healthy tiredness in my body. And the next morning, the biggest surprise of the week was waiting for me. Day 5. The day the system broke. I opened my eyes after my alarm went off and caught myself having a strange thought. I actually wanted to get into the shower. My brain was craving the cold. My body remembered that high and the dopamine hit you get after the water. I didn't stand in front of the faucet hesitating anymore. I just turned it on. The water was still freezing, but now it felt bracing, not scary. Walking out of the bathroom, I felt like I could punch through a wall. That day, my productivity hit the roof. I got all my work done before lunch. I didn't even drink coffee. I had enough natural energy from the morning shock. It felt like the experiment was already over and it would be easy from here on out. But I was dead wrong. Life decided to give me a serious reality check. The next day was the hardest of the whole week. Day 6. The fatigue test. I'd been on my feet all day, I was exhausted, and on top of that, I was chilled from being outside. I got home. The only thing I wanted was to stand under a hot, steaming spray. The thought of pouring ice-cold water over myself was physically revolting. My brain started begging again. Take a break. Nobody will know. You earned it. It was the ultimate turning point. Either I quit or I go all the way. I gritted my teeth, turned on the cold water, and stepped in. It was miserable. My body fought it, but I stood there for my 2 minutes. And you know what? As soon as I turned off the water, the exhaustion vanished. The cold flushed the tension out of my muscles and cleared the heavy thoughts from my head. It was the best evening of the week. I was incredibly proud of myself for not folding. I fell asleep with a smile, knowing tomorrow was the finale. Day 7. The wrap-up. On the morning of day 7, taking an ice-cold shower felt like total routine. I stood there for 3 minutes, calmly controlling my breath and my thoughts. The experiment is over. Tomorrow, I can legally turn the hot water back on. Will I do it? Honestly, yes. I love my comfort. A hot bath in the evening is amazing for winding down before bed. But I'm keeping cold showers in my life forever as a morning ritual. It's the best way to wake up, get free energy, and level up your willpower. If you have a hard time getting going in the morning,